Can you hear me now? Good. Well, hello everyone, I am ThirdMarioBrother, and welcome to my 1-year anniversary special, the second portion. This is the answers portion, hurrah! And before I delve straight into these answers, I would just like to say one thing. You may notice a change in my voice quality, and you may notice that it's actually better now, or worse, depending on how you hear things. But in that case, you'd just be weird. But I'd like to give a huge thank you and a hug to GameGuru81 and CloudFangLP for donating money to me so I could buy this new headset. Without it, I wouldn't be able to be putting out videos, and this would not be being watched by you right now. You can probably tell I haven't recorded in a while. Anyway, let's get to these questions. I'm going to try to answer as many of them as possible. Anyway, first question comes from Thunderbombs, who says, what is your favorite Nintendo console and game on that console? Oh boy. Already I've got a question that I am just bewildered at. I haven't looked at them before, as you can tell. Well, my favorite console, I think, is probably the GameCube. And that's quite a controversial choice, but there's just a huge selection of games that I believe are underrated on it. A huge selection of awesome games, to say the least. On that, my favorite is probably between Super Mario Sunshine, Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, and Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. That's a very broad specification, I guess. Yes, broad specification. I just said that. Yay. But it's definitely between those three. I always have a hard time picking, and it definitely changes a lot. There are probably more that I could add to that list, but if I had to pick one of those three, it'd probably be Wind Waker, just because it's my favorite Zelda game. It's a huge game, awesome graphics, awesome music, etc. Just everything about it. I loved it. I loved all the effort that went into its production. Anyway, before I ramble anymore, let's go on to the next question. Are you friends with Chugga Conroy in a face-to-face way? No. That was asked by DQ8989. This next one is by Melifescus, whose account I think is closed now. Sad face. How did you start Let's Plays? Like, where did you get the inspiration? Hahaha. This is quite a story. So, I used to play this MMO RPG game online. I'm not going to say its name because it'll evoke a bunch of opinionated discussion. But around the time that I started watching Let's Plays, this game added a feature to it where you could select from a list of phrases that you wanted to say in case you were like too lazy to type it or whatever. You could just select from a list, and one of these lists was Let's Play the game name. The name of the game that you were playing, and I never understood why they had that available, because you're playing the game, yet you have the option to tell your friends, hey, let's go play the game that we're already playing, and it confused me. And I poked fun at it. A couple of friends that played with me poked fun at it too. So I decided to go on YouTube and see what the general public had to say about this new update. So I went to type in Let's Play, and then the name of the game that the phrase was available in. But as soon as I typed in Let's Play, I got a knock at my door. And being the lazy jerk that I am, I got up and went to take that, greet the guests at my door, rather than shut my computer down and do all that stuff before I left. So when I come back, I'd been hanging out with a couple friends, and we eventually got into a discussion about Wind Waker, and I mentioned how awesome its music was, and all that stuff like I did earlier. But so when I come back, I'm like, hey, you know what, I'm in a Wind Waker mood. So I type in Wind Waker, and guess what? I hadn't removed Let's Play from the YouTube search bar. And I didn't realize that when I was typing in Wind Waker, so I typed in Let's Play Wind Waker by complete accident. I saw one of Chugga Conroy's episodes, I think it was episode 17. I'm like, hey, what is this? What's a Let's Play? So I checked it out, it was pretty entertaining, watched a couple more videos, subscribed. One thing led to another, and now here I am today. So who says laziness is a bad thing? If it wasn't for that, and if it wasn't for my lack of will to turn the computer off, if it wasn't for my complete and utter sloth, I wouldn't be Let's Playing today, so huzzah. Anyway, next question. AshXX May for the Win asks, what is your favorite Sonic game from Sonic Adventure 1 to Sonic Colors and why? Well, I can honestly say that I haven't played Sonic Colors for either the Wii or the DS, and I haven't played any of the ones that are available to PS3 or Xbox exclusively, and I have not played Sonic the Hedgehog 4. So that basically narrows it down to Sonic Adventures 1 and 2, Heroes, and Shadow the Hedgehog, I think are the only ones I've played. I just finished playing through Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 recently, and I gotta say, I had a lot of fun with those games. Sonic Heroes is really fun, but after playing through those other ones a couple of times, you know what, I'll go with Sonic Adventure 2. It's full of nostalgia for me. I used to play it a ton as a kid, and it's really fast-paced. I think it's kind of what a Sonic game should be all about. It's an interesting amalgamation of platforming and speed elements, while Sonic Heroes is just a lot of speed elements. Don't get me wrong, I love speedy gameplay. That's why I like Super Mario Sunshine more than 64. I think I've mentioned that many times. But yeah, I really love that. Sonic Adventure 1 was basically that, except it was a bit too buggy. But yeah, Sonic Adventure 2, I think. And Shadow the Hedgehog was just way too flawed for it to be my favorite. Anyway, rambling again. Next question. Link2844 asks, who or what inspired you to make your videos? I think I already said that. It was Jugger Conroy originally. Zekrom Blast axes, who's your favorite video game villain? Ooh, this is a good question. Well, if you count Wario as a villain, then definitely Wario, because he's just so damn sexy. Now, other than that, I don't know. There's a lot of cool villains that I really like. Oh, I got it. The Koopa Bros from Paper Mario. Yep, they are just freaking awesome. They're hilarious. They are super cool. Yeah, I know, I probably could have picked deeper characters with really detailed backgrounds and all these evil characteristics, but no, I'm going with the Koopa Bros. I'm sorry, they're just way too funny, and I love them way too much, and they've been close to my heart ever since I was a kid, so yeah, I'm going with them. SaberStrike08 asks, do you have plans to do Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door and or Super Paper Mario? Well, this is a weird question to answer. I don't like to reveal my future plans, especially not specifically in a manner that you are asking me to do. I'll just say that I have plans to do at least one of those games. Yeah, that was still a very specific answer, and you can probably guess what I'm going to do next, but... well, not next, but what I'm going to do out of those two, but whatever. Yes, basically, is your answer for one of those. Lasagna Delivery Guy asks, with what other Let's Player are you close friends with? To be honest, I think the person I talk to the most, well, other Let's Player I talk to the most is Zelda Master 2010. And if he's watching this, he might be laughing because I don't even talk to him all that much. Recently, I've talked to Game Guru 81 a lot. Become somewhat friends, I guess. And really, I don't talk to a lot of people online, to tell the truth. I probably should more, just so I can get closer with the community. Yeah, I probably should talk to more people, but unfortunately I don't. So Zelda Master 2010 and Game Guru 81, I guess. Jane Goose asks, do you like any PS1 games? Spyro? Other than Spyro and like Crash Bandicoot, I haven't played many PS1 games, so there's your answer. Hi, speak of the devil, the PS1 fan asks, what is your favorite color? My favorite color is red, because it's a really emotionally packed color, I guess. When you ask what's your favorite color, you can't really ask for a reason why, because basically there's a tiny bit of a reason. It's like, I like looking at it, and it kind of inspires emotion. 12 Brady 2 Moss 81 asks, do you like sports? If so, what's your favorite and your favorite team in that sport? Sports are okay to watch, and I do watch basketball every once in a while. The only football I ever really watch, American football that is the Super Bowl. Don't really watch anything besides that, but I don't watch them often enough to know like any of the team's names, so gonna have to pass on that part of the question, I guess. Sub-Zero Link asks, what is your favorite LP? Well, that depends if you're talking about mine or someone else's. If you're talking about my Let's Plays, as in which one was most fun to do, which one I think had the best end result, I'd probably have to go with, well, counting only completed ones, Wario World. That Let's Play was a lot of fun to do, and although I think the commentary might not be great, the quality might not be great, there was nothing really special about the editing, it was so much fun to do. I looked forward to recording an episode of that every day. I uploaded consistently. It was freaking amazing, and it was so much fun to do. And in the future, I would like to have another project in a much more casual tone, or casual manner like I did Wario World, but next question is from DMLFan928. 3 questions. What is your name? Brian. What is your quest? To seek the Grail. And what is the average airspeed velocity of a laden swallow? What do you mean? African or European? Karaniki asks, what do you think about Zelda 2 Adventure of Link? I've played it for about 5 minutes total. And the only LP I've ever watched of it was the one NCS has up on Screw Attack. It looks pretty fun, and I'm not sure why people hate on it, unless, of course, the controls are just really bad, and NCS just mastered them to a point where he can play the game very well. But it doesn't look that bad. From what I've played of it, it doesn't feel that bad. Probably one of those overhated games like Sunshine. Flaming Flares asks, random question time, what shoe size do you wear? 11. Yeah. Video Game Heat asks, why did you start LPing? Well, like I said, I got the inspiration from Sugar Conroy. It looked like something that would be fun. And, hey, I left out part of my story earlier when I was talking about my inspiration. I originally watched a series on Super Mario 64. It was this machinima, actually. Not a very well done one, to be honest, but it was spelled S-O-O-P-E-R Mario 64. That was the title of the series. I watched through that a little bit. I'm like, okay, this is kind of interesting. It had a plot, and I was younger at that point, so I was easily wooed into thinking that a video was well put together, even though it was like Mario running around and Windows Movie Maker titles on the bottom, basically Super Mario 64 bloopers. In the related videos was a video by Lord Penguin 777. It was part of his Super Luigi Universal series, and I watched that, and I got kind of into that. And eventually, by going through a couple of these related videos, most of them, I watched through Lord Penguin 777's entire Super Luigi Universal thing, subscribed to him. I think I still am, even though he doesn't post videos anymore, but, yeah, so, eventually, through all these related videos, Mario 64 Machinima was becoming more popular at this time, and I found this guy named MarioBro3828. He hasn't posted a video in 6 months, but his Mario 64 Machinima was actually well scripted, well plotted out, and it was a very well done series overall, I think. I got into that, it looked awesome. I wanted to make Mario 64 Machinima of my own. It's always been my passion to edit videos. When I was little, I used to screw around in Windows Movie Maker, just add a bunch of random effects to things. But I wanted to try that out because I love Mario, I love video games, I loved the concept of video production and putting my stuff up on YouTube, so I was going to try that, so I bought a Dazzle DVC 170 capture card Platinum Edition to capture Super Mario 64 with, and I created the YouTube account ThirdMarioBrother, the one I'm on right now. Go figure. But, after discovering that you're not supposed to use a capture card to make Mario 64 Machinima, but rather an emulator, my capture card sat in my cupboard for a good 6 months or so before it saw any use. When I discovered Sugar Conroy, I said, hey, this goes back to my whole, I want to put videos up somewhere, I want to play video games and have fun with it. And so that's how I was able to start capturing stuff. Also, says Video Game Heat, if you could record a dual commentary with anyone in the YouTube community, who would it be and why? Congrats on 1 year, thanks, first of all. And, well, this is weird. This is a weird thing about me. I've tried dual commentary twice before, and neither time did I do a very good job on any of it. I'm actually a pretty horrible dual commentator, because with the way my commentary is styled, I either talk way too much and don't let the other person talk at all, or I concede in my speaking way too much and everybody else talks over me, even if it's just one person. So, as a dual commentator, I'm pretty useless. I would like to Here, I'll just butter you up with this answer and say, I'd love to record a dual commentary with video game heat, huzzah! But I'd also like to kind of meet Nintendo Capri Sun and Josh Jepson, because they seem like very laid-back, relaxed guys, and I'd like to do a dual commentary with them, if not only to exploit them for subscribers. What? I mean, kind of get to know them, because they seem like funny enough duders. Magic Goomba asks, are you sad that I haven't been able to record and upload consistently? I like pie. Mosh Jarkus asks, what's your social security number? Write this down real quick. Got your pen and paper? Okay, good. 867-5309. Got that? Good. Tillapasta asks, who is your pick to win the NCAA tournament and NBA championship? I choose the Ohio State and Phoenix Suns. Well, this would have been relevant over a month ago when this video was posted, but it's not now, so sorry. Oh god, I need to get on the ball. Jethro Tex asks, if you had 2 wishes and you couldn't wish for more wishes that you would wish for. What? I read that wrong. If you had 2 wishes and you couldn't wish for more wishes, what would you wish for? There's a smart answer to this, apparently. Well, to be honest, if I couldn't directly wish for more wishes, I'd wish for a genie lamp, and then have that genie grant me infinite wishes. That'd be pretty awesome. And what is the worst video game you've ever played? Let's see. I haven't played too many terrible video games, to be honest. Well, I played Co-op, if that counts, and that's kind of the easy way out, though. If you mean console video game, then... well, you know what? I actually haven't played any bad video games. Well, many bad video games, of course. I just can't remember a lot of them off the top of my head. Because before I go to buy games, I usually research them a little bit to see if they're any good. The worst one I've played of my own accord, I think, is Super Mario Land, to be honest, the first one. It might have catchy music, and it might have a lot of nostalgia loaded with it, but it isn't a very well-designed game. Very, very stiff, awkward controls, and very mediocre level design, I guess. And Jethro Tex finally asks, what is the most destructive, as in something so hard it scarred your life, part of a video game you've ever played? That probably goes back to the worst video game I've ever played thing. Oh, when I was little, in Super Smash Bros. Melee, the final mission, because there's a mission mode in that game, is you have to fight Giga Bowser, Ganondorf, and Mewtwo all at once, I think. And I was pretty young at the time that I was attempting this mission. Oh my god. It was so hard. You have no idea how many hours I spent on that. Of course, I was a lot younger then. Like I already said, I'm trying to save face here, you know, but that pissed me off. It really did. And now my Super Smash Bros. Melee disc doesn't work, and I probably broke it and don't remember, but, yeah. Smashbald asks, 1. Which LPers or commentators do you like or get inspiration from? Well, my original inspiration was Chugga Conroy. I didn't watch much of his Okami Let's Play. I mean, it's an epic game, but as for an LP, I don't think it made as good content, but Chugga Conroy's still a fantastic Let's Player. Pretty recently, the only Let's Player I've been watching without missing a beat, really, is raocow. He plays through a bunch of different Super Mario World hacks, and he does some miscellaneous stuff as well every once in a while. He is pretty dang hilarious. Like, oh man. Almost as hilarious as Johnson McCain. Anyway, yeah, raocow is the only one that I watch consistently these days. Other than that, Megaton Stammer every few days, Josh Jepson once in a while. I like a lot of Let's Players, I just don't watch a lot of videos on YouTube anymore. And you ask, your second question is, if you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself? Well, if I was a hot dog, I probably wouldn't have a mouth, so I would be mad at the world and thus protest and create a civil rights movement for hot dogs everywhere. In fact, I would create a political party under the name of the Hamstrings, and it would get 10 times as many votes as the Democratic or Republican parties in the United States of America. Yeah, I'm a very passionate dude. Ite3 asks, which LPers do you enjoy watching the most, and or who do you get inspired by? Wow, that's a popular question. Like I said, Raukow's really the only one who I watch uber consistently these days. Next question comes from the Rixer, which is, what is your favorite SNES game? Prior to, like, a week ago, I hadn't played many SNES games, but then I go, you know what, I need to be educated. If my username is ThirdMarioBrother and I claim to be a gamer and a Mario fan, I need to play more video games. So today I played through a lot of Super Mario World, Star Fox, the original one, F-Zero, and a bunch of other games. And you know, I think my favorite SNES game is Super Mario World. That game is freaking amazing. People weren't lying when they said it's their favorite. PD Winnell asks, what do you wish to achieve on this site, and what games would you like to get around to LPing? What do I want to achieve? Well, unlike a lot of people, I'm not completely interested in status or ranking as far as subscribers or views or fans go. What I want to do is create the best product that I can with the resources I have available, so you have to account for a bad computer, very limited time, and etc. But I want to create a good, genuinely enjoyable product and make sure that somebody somewhere is getting entertained by my videos. I want to have fun, really, while making sure other people have fun too, so it's a win-win for everyone. What games would I like to get around to LPing? Let's think here. I'd probably like to do both of the Sonic Adventures, Sonic the Hedgehog 1. Man, I've just been on a huge Sonic binge lately. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Might redo Super Mario 64 eventually. Pokemon, the 3rd generation, because that was my favorite Pokemon generation. Pokemon Colosseum 2, that was an awesome game. Something out of the Paper Mario series, that's an awesome series as well. Trying not to spoil it for my earlier question, but there's a laundry list of games that I want to do. Let's just go ahead and say that. Oh, and F-Zero GX, which is an LP that'll be coming soon. Yay! United Gamer 101 asks, my question would be, what other LPs do you have planned? Just answered that, and also, how many videos do you want to get up a week? I want to get up, ideally, one every other day, if not one per day, and I've been doing an okay job of that so far, so one every other day is what I'm going to be aiming for from this point forward. And he also asks, what are your goals on YouTube, because his previous question was taken. PD Winnall kind of asked that too, so sorry UG, maybe next time. Pison's Creations asks, is Ash ever going to catch 'em all? Well, at the rate he's going, it'll take him approximately 137 more years. Oh boy, I can't wait until that day. Me and all my great-grandchildren will be watching Ash catch 'em. A brittle old man, probably on a respirator, catch the final Pokemon. A Slowpoke. With the troll face. Pink Adventure Lust asks, do you know what Minecraft is, and would you want to do a Let's Play? Yes, I know what Minecraft is. At one point I wanted to do a series on it, maybe not a Let's Play, because Minecraft isn't really something that you'd call Let's Playable, but I wanted to do a series on it at one point, and then I got bored of the game. I was addicted to it for about 12 hours. I played it on and off the next week, which is when I started thinking about doing a series on it. But I just don't find it to be that fun anymore, so not anymore. And one question left, and I saved the best for last. This question comes from the TI programmer, who asks, how many tips could a tip if a tip could tip? More tips than you could count on your tip. Thank you all for watching. This has been ThirdMarioBrother. Thank you all so much for an awesome first year on YouTube. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I just want you guys to know that you have I owe so much to you. I'm extremely grateful. Thank you for bringing me to where I am today. I'll see you guys later.